Being a homemaker wasn't on my radar when I was a kid thinking about future career options. If I were to think about it, probably would have expected it to be boring, monotonous. Now there are some monotonous parts, there are some repetitive parts of homemaking, but keeping my home, making food, gardening, decorating have been some of the best ways to explore new hobbies and learn new things. It is an endless source of inspiration, and although I am not an artist, this home is my canvas to express my creativity, show my love for my family. There are endless opportunities here. The thing about a home is it doesn't have to be perfect. If you were to look around my home, and you can see it right now, so much of it lacks perfection. The shelf gets greasy because we don't have a vent on our stove, which I find worth it because I like having the shelf here. I'm not able to tend to it daily, but still I can create beauty with what I have, and it is such a joy to move things around and find new ways to enjoy a space that you've been looking at for years. Not necessarily buy anything to decorate our home. Oftentimes for me, it's just a matter of reevaluating a space. If I get bored with it, I just move things around, and I can do that. I can take an afternoon and I can swap out the decorative things above the stove. I decided to get rid of a lot of the decorative pieces and move in some just like practical things that I'll be using this way to deal with the grease that goes up there. And we've had this stove arrangement for around 5 years now. So I'm used to it. It's no big deal. It's not something new I'm learning, that it gets greasy and that this part needs cleaning and upkeep. But I started thinking that if I only put things up there that we actually use and nothing decorative, nothing like a vase for flowers or candles, but just things that we're going to use on a regular basis, that I will be visiting them and cleaning them all the time just by nature of using them. So that's what we're going to switch to. I did keep a few decorative things on the top shelf. If those get dirty, it doesn't bother me because I can't see the top. So that's the extent of perfection around here. Turns out if your home is not perfectly clean all the time, no one comes in and does anything. You can get away with it. A few years back, I had the spices above the stove on that little ledge there, and I missed it. I was watching an old video or something, and I saw them, and I thought, I'm going to put that back. And that's really one of my favorite things in my home, just swapping things around, making it fresh again, reevaluating how a space is used, and making sure it's functioning optimally. There are so many opportunities for that quick satisfaction in our homes, whether it's clearing out a space and finding a new way to use it, or trying a beautiful new recipe. We have a local lavender farm, so my sisters and I and a couple of my kids, several kids, went and picked lavender. A friend of mine over in Oregon told me that her local coffee shop has something called a pollinator latte, so I really wanted to try my hand at that. So today I'm just making a lavender simple syrup, equal parts sugar and water, adding some lavender, letting that steep like a tea, and then straining it off. That'll keep for a long time. So throughout this whole summer, I can have a lavender latte really easily and then infuse it with other flavors. So whether I want to add in some mint to infuse the flavor a bit more, or rosemary, I could maybe see rosemary, lavender being good. This pollinator latte had honey in it as well. Looking back, I should have just infused honey instead of adding the sugar, but that's the thing. We can keep trying new things.
Very happy for you.
Yeah, you can eat that. Although we are having a lovely, cool, rainy July day, the weather is certainly going to heat up. Next week, we are expected to be in the 90s the entire week. So right now is a great time to invest in a mattress that keeps you cool. And I want to say thank you to today's video sponsor, Birch. They have a lot of great summer sales going on right now, so make sure to go down in the description box to grab my link and take advantage of those. Birch makes mattresses that are crafted with organic and natural materials that have been sustainably sourced. So unlike other brands, it doesn't contain fiberglass, which could be harmful to your health. We spend a third of our lives asleep, so it makes sense and is very important to not neglect that environment. Unlike the off-gassing that can happen with traditional mattresses, you can rest assured that that will not happen with Birch. We have 3 Birch mattresses throughout our home, 2 here in the boys' room that are the twin size. We also have the Birch Luxe, which is a premium upgrade to the original well-loved Birch natural mattress. The Luxe is exceptionally comfortable. It's comprised of 8 different layers of organic cashmere, organic wool, organic cotton, and 100% natural latex. Unlike synthetic mattresses, the wool in these mattresses makes it hypoallergenic, which is allergen and mildew resistant. Birch offers a 100-night sleep trial plus a 25-year warranty, so you can be sure that what you are investing in will last a long time. The best part about all of this is that Birch delivers your mattress right to your door for free within the US. I love my Birch mattress, and I think that you would too. If you are looking for a new bed, make sure to check out Birch. Birch is currently running their 4th of July sale, so you can head to my link birchliving.com/farmhouse to get 25% off your Birch mattress plus 2 free Eco Rest pillows. You can also use this QR code here. I'll also have it linked in the description box below. Again, thank you so much, Birch, for sponsoring today's video. Another place where my home is my canvas, but not perfection, is in the garden. We have an imperfect garden at best, but still so many beautiful things come from it. I like to hang herbs, even if we never use them, just to have their beautiful color and smell makes this home feel like summer. Plenty of herbs go to waste. I do not preserve absolutely everything, but I try to enjoy what we can. In our garden, I do a lot of things in this season of life that are big impact with minimal effort. Herbs are definitely that. They grow so fast and so huge. I use them in cooking all summer long. I enjoy them in flower arrangements. I enjoy them hung. Although we plant basil every year because it just grows so easily here. Just throw some seeds in, it pops up, no problem, hardly any weeding or anything. But I also enjoy things that come back every year, like echinacea, these comb flowers that I'm hanging. They have great medicinal properties if we end up needing them throughout the rest of this season or even over the winter after they're dried. Also, my sage and my mint comes back every year. We also planted like 300 onions, lots of tomatoes and peppers. We did some cucumbers because those are really easy as well. Since we are out of town for a few of the very important weeks of this gardening season, we did opt for all of those minimal effort type of plants and vegetables. The onions are already ready. So later on this week, we're going to harvest them, dry them out, and then in a few more days, I'll get to braid them and enjoy their beauty in our home. Yes, I think onions are beautiful. We use onions in cooking at least once a day, usually 2 or 3 times a day, but also they double as something beautiful. I try to focus on things in my garden as well that I can't easily or inexpensively find locally. Onions, they are very inexpensive. They're cheap, but you can't find them with the tops still attached, so you can't braid them and hang them all over your home and enjoy their beauty all fall and winter. Same with flowers. You can go buy flowers at the grocery store. We don't have very many options and they're extremely expensive. Herbs, because they taste best fresh, are another thing that doesn't really make sense to get from the grocery store because you'd have to go every single day. So onions, herbs, flowers, all high impact things that I can't really replace by buying them. Those are what I'm focusing on in my garden. There is a brand new recipe over on the Farmhouse blog for sourdough lemon cake. It is summer, it is a fresh taste, so why not make it on this very ordinary afternoon? As usual, you can get the printed recipe over on farmhousehomeboon.com. Of course, with any sourdough recipe, you can add some discard, make it fast. This makes a nice foamy batter because with the fermented sourdough starter plus baking powder, baking soda makes it nice and foamy. You can also do a long fermentation version for extra gut health benefits. I do the long ferment sometimes, I do the short ferment sometimes. Really just depends on what's going on in the kitchen and when we want to eat it. I don't bust out the cake stand very often, but every once in a while, it's fun to make an ordinary day a little bit more special. I'm adding a few mint leaves to my already prepared lavender syrup in order to make it that pollinator latte, some espresso, a little honey, a little bit of this lavender mint syrup. So good. Again, I do wish I would have just infused the honey directly, but still, I very much enjoyed it and have been enjoying it with a little raw milk and cream and ice. So good. The home really can be a constant source of inspiration, a place to do meaningful work. And for me, summer is the most inspiring time to do that. I hope that you are enjoying your summer and all the beauty and abundance that it brings. Thank you so much for stopping by our farmhouse.